What is up, everybody? How is it going? Austin prechtelevate Performance, coming at you live. It is Thursday. Again, just keeping this train of this streak of going live early. Just keeping it going, because kid is still at home. It is day three. I don't even know anymore. It's just all bubble guppies and baby shark and snotty noses and stuff. It's like, whew, man. Dad mode engaged. Let's go. Hope you guys are having a good day so far. I sure as hell am. Still getting shit done, being adaptive, getting up early as shit, and getting stuff done. As you were tuning in, though, let me know how your day is going. Let me know, like I said, how your day is going. Feel free to give this video a like, helps other people see it. And also, if you're watching this at a later time, hashtag replay so that way I know that you saw it. But today we're going to be talking about the quickest way to lose weight and reach your fitness goal, or vice versa, depending on what your goal is. Maybe your goal is to gain weight, maybe it's not, maybe it's to build muscle, maybe it's not, maybe it's just to lose fat. Regardless, the quickest way to do that, we're going to be talking about that. I don't know if you guys saw my post earlier or not, but I was talking about how, oftentimes, like, I hear people talk about, like, what's the fastest way to do this, what's the fastest way to do that, I need help, I need this, I need that. I'll get messages about it sometimes, and oftentimes, there's something to key in on in there in that question. A lot of times, like, what's the quickest, right? What is the fastest way I can get from where I'm at right now to where I want to be, right? And oftentimes, people aren't very happy with my answer. People aren't happy with my answer when I tell them that, and sometimes they'll be like, well, I'm going to go do this thing anyways. I know that you know what you're doing and you've helped a lot of people, but I'm just gonna, try and do it the fast way and ignore your advice, and I'll let you know how it goes. And I'm like, cool, good luck. Let me know how that goes. And so what happens is because we've all heard it, right? We've all heard it. We've all heard the commercials. We've seen the posts. We've seen the ads and shit like that. It's like this so and so, or this busy mom, or this mom of three, or this dad, blah 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 blah, lost 20 pounds in 30 days on Nutrisystem, or 30 pounds in 20 days using this Fit Tea, or like shit. There's so many, Herbalife shake, like Beachbody, like Power Shake, like whatever the fuck it's called. Like you see it all the time where there are, there where like they show somebody, right, that like was they have a before and after, and the person has like suddenly like completely transformed, and they look completely different, and like they've got all like they did it all in like a very fast period of time, and it's like, oh my gosh, like that's crazy, how did they do that? Just a little secret. For the most part, like a lot of times, like the person was in shape to begin with, and they made themselves look really bad in the before photo that could have even been taken the same like day. You don't know. Like there are times where I can like make myself look like I'm like 30 pounds heavier than I am right now. Same thing goes for those pictures. A lot of it could be photoshopped. A lot of it could be. It might even be real. But like most of like the change, it was from like weight loss, or was from water weight loss, or was just like they're not bloated anymore, or the lighting or things like that. And so you guys got to be careful with that stuff because it's everywhere. It is everywhere. It is infiltrating your head on a daily basis, weekly basis. Anytime you see that stuff, they're putting those thoughts in your head like, hey, like we have the fastest, quickest way to get to you to your goals, and if you don't do it, like you're messing up. Like you, like why take the slow route when you can go in the fast lane and reach your goals like way faster? And it sounds too good to be true, right? It sounds too good to be true. Guess what? It's it's too good to be true, right? It's too good to be true. But those of you that are watching right now, like, who has heard something like that before? Who has seen an ad like that? Who is, if you still watch television, like, who has seen like ads for like Nutrisystem and shit like that, or like for like Weight Watchers or Beachbody, or whatever it may be? Who's seen stuff like that? Like, we all have at some point, I'm sure. Um, and so you got to be careful about that, because like it's setting your expectations up to be unrealistic, right? At the end of the day, and so what happens? Like, what? How does that happen? Like, why? Because today I'm going to tell you guys like the quickest way to reaching your goals actually is kind of like it's kind of counterintuitive to what you actually have to do to reach those goals. And so, just to preface, yeah, yeah, toxic diet culture. I see you. How's it going, Naomi? Toxic diet culture sucks. It sucks a lot. And most of the time, people fail to realize in those pictures, anyways, like, yeah, they might have lost 20 pounds in 30 days, but guess what? Most of that was food or water weight because they're dehydrated now, or glycogen, which is just stored carbohydrates in your muscles in your body. It's stored carbohydrates. It's stored glucose, basically. That's what glycogen is. And what happens, especially when you do keto or some of these other diets that are like very low carb, guess what? Your body uses that carb stored, those carbs, that glycogen that's been stored in your body, just uses it up. So you're not even losing fat. You're just like getting rid of like carbs. You're just getting rid of stored energy, which your body kind of appreciates to have. And so whenever you get rid of that, you're not even losing fat, right? Or it's like it's literally like shit. Like you're just getting rid of shit because you're like shitting yourself silly because you've done like a detox or a fit tea or something like that. Just that's basically just a laxative, just a very overpriced laxative. And so a lot of times like that stuff happens, and the weight that you're losing isn't even fat in the first place, right? It's not even fat in the first place. It's not even like good weight, right? And what happens when you stop doing that, right? What happens whenever you stop doing the crazy like insanely like restrictive, like stressful fad diet or like plan that you have where you're like, if you worked with a coach before, they don't know what they're doing. They're just like, we're like, hey, you're like really, really extremely overweight. Okay, well, we're gonna drop your calories down to like nothing and like make you suffer basically. So that way you can lose a lot of weight really quick and feel and I can feel good about shit. And then whenever you gain it all back because it was unsustainable and now your metabolism is adapted and it sucks. That's what you're left with. Like, I'm not about that shit. Like, and I know there's been people that I've talked to in the past where they've had a coach like online, and they were just literally like a glorified macro calculator that were just and they didn't even do it right, and then the person's like fucked for like like a couple of months, maybe even after that, or maybe even longer, because they're frustrated because what they did was like total bullshit from the beginning, right? And maybe even their metabolism's kind of messed up a little bit, and now they need a reverse diet or something because the person didn't know what they were doing. Neither party knew what they were doing, right? I mean, at the end of the day, there's fault placed on people who don't know what they're doing coach wise, and there's also fault. There's a level of responsibility that you have to take on yourself. Like if you start working with somebody without doing research yourself, there's fault on both ends. But either way, it's a shitty situation. I don't want anybody that's watching this to be in, and so oftentimes what you need to remember and remind yourself is that like if you like go at it like fast lane, like I want it now, like instant gratification, like I want to lose all this weight instantly, like fast, guess what, you're going to stretch yourself like a rubber band. And guess what happens whenever you stretch yourself further and further and further? You're going to reach a limit and you're going to freaking like snap, right? You're going to snap, you're going to fall apart, and you're going to rebound. There's a rebound effect. There's a reason why people lose, like all the people that lose, like it's like an 87 to like 94% chance of people that do fad diets. Guess what? You quit and gain it all back. And a lot of times people gain back even more weight because you're like your mind and your emotional state and your physical state are all fucked at the same time, and then you're back to square one or square zero, and you're even further behind, right? You're like in square -5 because you're like you destroyed yourself basically trying to do this thing. And so what you guys need to make sure is that you need to, like, if this resonates, like let me know, like drop some fire, or like say like me in the chat, like if this resonates with you right now, like if you've done this before, if you've experienced this in the past, like I know a lot of people have, and if you don't want to admit it, it's fine, but like call yourself out, like let other people know that like they're not the only ones that have had this happen to them, because it sucks that it happens. But I'm going to tell you guys the solution to it. The solution to getting past that and the actual quickest way to lose weight and keep it and maintain it is the most sustainable route. That is the best way. Don't ask yourself what is the quickest way I can lose weight. What is the most sustainable way that I can lose weight? Because sustainability, that's going to be what lets you keep it long term. What, Bob? What am I looking at? The rainbow thing. Can you bring it in here? Oh, okay, cool. All right. But guess what, guys? Like, okay, he's bringing it in here. Actually, whoa! Can you show everybody on the TV? What'd you make? What is that? Can you raise it up?
Daddy, buddy.
Whoa! What is it? Looks like pants.
No.
What are they?
It's a rainbow thing.
It's a rainbow thing. Whoa.
Everybody, it's a rainbow thing.
Everybody, it's a rainbow thing. That's cool, huh?
What? They're not talking.
Yeah, because we're on camera and they're not. They're watching us. We're not watching them. It's a one-way line of communication unless there's comments. So you don't even know what that is, do you? No, you don't. Okay.
These are the ice creams.
Yes, they are.
And
All right.
chocolate.
Daddy's gonna keep talking. Okay? Is that cool?
But these are the chocolate.
Yes, they are.
And all the chocolates.
Yeah. Okay.
They're all chocolate.
All right. Cool.
All
Nat-
chocolate.
Look. Somebody commented a bunch of rainbows because of your rainbow thing that you built. That's nice.
Yeah.
Say thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Okay. Cool. And so, the most sustainable route, though, right, is the one that you want to take. It's the one that you guys want to take. And it's because you can maintain it long term. And guess what? If you go the sustainable route, playing the long game rather than the short game, where you shortcut yourself, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get there sooner because you're not going to keep doing this yo-yoing pattern that keeps resetting you to... Oh, thank you for the chocolate. Base 0. That's convenient. It's an O. Okay. Setting yourself back. You're not going to keep doing this where you don't move at all in the long term over the course of a year or two. Thank you. And then after that... Okay, here's your chocolate, people, on the camera. And so what ends up happening, guys, is that your long term, if you just went the slow and steady sustainable route, you would get there actually quicker over the same period of time because you're not constantly resetting yourself. Think about it that way. And if you do that, if you're able to maintain it long term rather than going for the shortcut route, you're not going to be in a bad place mentally, physically, emotionally. What? That's a lobster. That's a mantis shrimp. That's a sea turtle. That is a frog. Okay. Yes, it is. So go for the long game, right? Go for the long game, not the short term. Don't keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again, guys. How many times are you gonna keep cheating yourself? Seriously, because if you can survive these fad diets, if you can commit to these fad diets and have the drive and the mental bandwidth and strength to power through these things that are just completely unsustainable long term, Waddy. That's a Japanese spider crab. Okay, very cool. So, if you can put yourself through the mental, the physical, the emotional stress and have the drive to power through those crazy fad diets and fit teas and detoxes and shit like that, guys, you can do it sustainably. You have the ability to do it sustainably. You have it. You just don't have the right game plan or the right direction or the right support system to make it happen. And that's what you need. You have the power to do it. You have this. You are strong enough to do it. You just haven't done it the right way yet. And so if you can commit to something like that sustainably and focus on the focus just on the day to day and focus on I will get there eventually. It's not a matter of if, but a matter of when. And if you can focus up and make sure that you guys are, really not necessarily focusing on the outcome of each day, but just knowing that you're putting in the reps and being consistent over time, one day you will get there. That it just becomes that much more easy. You'll be able to do it so much easier, and that's why I think sustainable fitness journeys are so much better for people because you can. It's sustainable. There's a reason it's called sustainable because you can keep it up, you can maintain it, you can do it long term. And you're not going to be starving to death the whole time either. You're not going to be so sore from a crazy boot camp that beat you to a pulp, right? Does that make sense? I see a thumbs up. Thanks, Clyde. Guys. Go for sustainability. That is the quickest way you're going to reach your goals. That is the quickest way you're going to reach your goals long term. Honestly, it is. Stop yo-yoing. Stop yo-yoing. Commit to something that you can do long term and do it every day. Don't just go for a week. Don't go for 2 weeks. Don't go for something just to try and lose 20 pounds really quickly because you're not going to be able to maintain it. You're not going to be able to keep it. And what's the point in doing all that and putting your body through all that, putting your mindset through all that shit if you don't get to keep the results at the end of the day, right? Cool. Hope that this resonated. Let me know what your guys' number one takeaway is in the live. I'm going to go enjoy this chocolate, I guess, with my kid. Have a good rest of your day. Let's commit to greatness, right? Commit to greatness, sustainable greatness. And if you have the drive, like I said, to do something crazy, like a fad diet, you can do a sustainable fitness journey, a weight loss journey, and you'll be much happier at the end of the day once you did, because you'll actually reach your goals and maintain it. So cool. Have a good rest of your day, everybody. I will talk to you later. Feel free to share this, tag somebody who would get value from this in the comments. Give it a like, help other people see this so that way they get a chance to learn about what a sustainable fitness journey is for them and what it can do for them. And yeah, guys, don't go for the quickest because it's not actually the quickest. Go for sustainable. Talk to you all later. See ya.